Lackadaisical with our passes, and we was coming together as a team. We was first half, we was turning it over, then yeah, I don't know really.
You felt like you guys ever got a handle on that as the half wore on and the game came to a close?
Yeah, we started getting a handle, started seeing the reads coming to us. They know that they're gonna trap us at half, which we could pass it to the middle and drive. We were just trying to speed it up. We wanted to show we're a transition team, and sometimes we can't do that. We just got to play Pitt basketball and slow it down and run our plays.
First half, it seemed like you guys were slowing it down. John, you had some really good assists on some backdoor cuts. You guys didn't make it the rhythm. What was clicking there early, and what was that like? Finally seeing that from you guys, like hey, this is what we can be.
Want to answer that one?
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Just what was it like getting that kind of rhythm in the first half? Because the first two games y'all had struggled figuring that out.
It was good finding that rhythm. It was just our whole motto this whole week was just get on that left side of that column. So we just went out there, played hard, executed our plays, played Pitt defense.
Femi, do you guys want to be a transition team or you want to be a half-court team?
We want to be a transition team. That's why in the second half we were speeding up certain our plays. We trying to get easy points, fast break layups, to get the crowd excited, to get back the old dunks. We trying to be a faster team, but sometimes we got to slow it down and run our plays because we got some good sets to score.
I don't know if a relief's the right word, but is it kind of a relief for you guys to as John had talked about, to get into the win column there, or what's the feeling like after a game like this where y'all pick up that first win?
It feels good to be on the winning column, but we know we got to move forward, and the next day on, we're going to trying to keep on winning. We're not just trying to worry about one win. We're trying to build on the wins. This is a team that believes we can make it to the tournament, so we just have to settle down and believe that we can win so we can win.
What was it like out there having Jamarius with you? First game out, it seemed like when they were trying to press you guys full court, you guys were able to just pass right through it.
It feels good to have him back because I know he's a smart guard. He doesn't really want to rush anything. He wants the best shot for Pitt. Since day one he's been on campus, he's been all about Pitt. He haven't been talking about himself. He didn't say that he wanted to be a pro. He said this is his pro year. He always talked about Pitt and winning. So it feels good knowing that I have somebody in the backcourt to come back in half and he can settle it down and I could go play off the ball. It feels amazing to have him back.
I'm sorry if you were asked, but the impact that Jeffress made in this game and some of the hustle plays, rebounds that he had in this game. Your thoughts on the way he played tonight?
He played good. Actually, let me see how many rebounds he had. Oh, he had 9. Yeah, that's good, man. He crashing that glass. We got a gang rebound. So, yeah.
Have you seen his game progress as well?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like he got stronger over the time. He becoming a more smarter player. He's just getting more physical out there.
John, there were a few feeds you had to Nate underneath and he was able to quickly turn them into points. Is that something that you guys worked on, or was that just rhythm and flow, like whoever was going to be there was going to score?
Man, it's just rhythm. They go double team me, I'm going to just make them pay every time they double team me.
You all made, I think I saw one shot here in the final 14 minutes. As a team, where do you guys sort of go to mentally and as far as execution when you get into those when you get into those offensive ruts? And what do you think it'll take for you guys to sort of experiment or figure out or find ways to get out of them?
I mean, we wasn't scoring and they wasn't scoring neither, so it's just two. We was playing great defense on both ends.
When they started to make it closer, it seemed like they were getting some transition threes. What did you guys talk about, to try and stop that as they were starting to get their run to at least make it closer?
We was talking about when you run it back, it doesn't matter if coach told you that's your man. We got to play who's ever closest to you. Sometimes we move like robots because we think, since that's my man, let me run to him. And we talked about just if you run back and whoever's closest to the ball or closest to the man, you got that person, so the transition points won't be that easy.
You two up here have kind of been the leading scorers so far in 2 of the 3 games. John, I'm curious to know, what's it like for you when Femi has the ball in his hands? How confident are you that he'll make the right decision out there?
I'm very confident he's going to make the right decision. He's a very smart point guard. Great to have him.
In the aftermath of the West Virginia game, guys, how much of an emphasis was valuing the ball in practice and trying to prevent some of the kinds of turnovers y'all had last Friday?
For me, that was number one because I watched the game about 2 to 3 times, and I watched it. I know that's not our team basketball that turned it over 32 times, And today when I was looking at halftime, we had about, I don't even know where the halftime. I know we had like 7, 9, and I feel like we a team that is way smarter to have 7 and 9. We probably supposed to have 2 or 3 off a little travel plays. But I think West Virginia opened up our eyes, showing us like if you value the ball, we can win. Because whoever got the less turnovers always is the team that wins.
And we had talked about your all's scoring importance to this team so far. I mean, for both guys, this is your second year of college basketball. I don't want to say how much of an adjustment has it been, but how quickly have you guys sort of had to mature and to grow into these bigger roles here?
Like I said the other time, I don't think me and John goes in the game knowing that we're going to be the top leading scorers. I think we just go in the game ready to play basketball, and whatever happens at the end of the game, it happens. But we just want to make our team win again. We just doing whatever to win. And the first half, I watched that. It was me, John, Dan, and somebody else had all 7 points. And nobody talked about in halftime like, oh, you chucking, or you doing this. Everybody came together and we was happy for each other. So we're not really looking to be the top leading scorers. I would love it to see Dan score 15. I would love it to see Nate score 20. It will make everybody in the team feel confident playing the next game that we're brothers, we're together.
What was it like having Dan out there as a starter this game?
It was great having Dan out there, man. You know, Dan, he a vet. He's very smart, so he knows the game pretty well. Like, he teaches me stuff on defense. You know, he's very alert and aware.
What do you think are some of the biggest things so far that you've learned from him? Like, how do those like veteran smarts show themselves the most?
More poise. You know, they play with poise a little bit.
And he told him some rebounds. You saw John going out there in the glass. You probably never go see John go out there go get some boards like that. Dan told him a few things like that. But John learned that most of himself.
First and foremost, it's great to get a win. I thought we did some really good things defensively. I thought in the first half we played well offensively. You know, that's our team is interesting. Like right now, we're going to have to win ugly, and that's what we did today. Hopefully, we can start getting back whole. You know, it was great to have JB out there. He gave us a calming influence. Obviously, provides leadership. He's a good player. Competitiveness. He's a guy that talks. So it was good to have that. Knew he would be a little bit rusty, which he was, but he made some big plays for us on both sides. I thought our defense was tremendous. I thought our three-point defense was good. And it just feels good for this group for what we've been through. You know, the first week and a half, 2 weeks of the season, to be able to get a win. We were able to do it with some game pressure after we built up a big lead. We still have to really work on value in the basketball when things get a little bit chaotic. We have to be able to have poise and be strong and make plays. But really proud of how we fought, how hard we played, and how we defended, and the fact that we won. Questions?
Did you expect Burton to play 25 minutes tonight?
Not 25. We thought maybe about 20, but the way the game was going, I didn't want to take him out.
What did they do differently defensively to kind of pressure you guys?
Nothing. They just pressured a little bit more. Thought we got a little bit fatigued. You know, we probably missed in the second half about 6 to 8 shots right there at the basket that like rolled around the rim. You know, it was like it had a lid on it. And I thought that deflated us a little bit. But, you know, they pressured the basketball. They made catches a little bit more difficult. They scrambled. But again, we missed some good looks.
Early in the first half, John Hughley, it seemed like he was having some really good possessions with good assists, timing off the double team. But in the second half, he had kind of took some outside shots, took a fadeaway. What was are those shots that you're okay with him taking? The deeper shots?
If he's open and it's a good shot, we feel confident with John shooting threes. But that's not something that we want him exclusively doing. I thought John was tired, and I thought he played tired at the end. And so we got to, work on that part.
Jeff, what do you Dan Oladapo got the start tonight. What have you been seeing from him, either whether it's the WVU game or in practice lately? What have you been seeing from him that I guess prompted that move?
Well, number one, he played well against West Virginia. He's played well in practice. But Mo didn't practice. Mo didn't practice Sunday and Monday. He had an excused absence. He had to go back home to deal with something with family. And so I knew I wasn't going to start him because he wasn't here for the game plan and things like that. He got back last night. He was here for shoot-around today. So that's why Dan got to start.
I guess on Mo's end, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Jeffress had a couple of turnovers, but was active, had his hand on a lot of balls, 9 rebounds.
You got some big rebounds, some big offensive rebounds for us. He's got to be stronger. That's the thing. Those turnovers came because he's got to be stronger. Not just him. We have to be stronger. We have to be stronger. Our decision making at times has to be a lot better. We have to be able to feel the game a little bit more. But he got some huge rebounds for us off the free throws. Got 2 that led to a field goal for him. I think the second one led to John getting fouled and getting to the free throw line. But he made some big plays there.
Is it just flow of the game? I mean, you guys only attempted 4 threes tonight, or is that kind of an emphasis?
I think it's the flow. I think against West Virginia it may have been 3 or 4 also. Look, we're not a good three-point shooting team right now. That's the reality of it. And so if we get good looks from 3, we want to take them. But that's not who we are right now. And again, we're figuring it out on the fly. It's been a challenge. But again, I love how these guys have shown up every day from July until about November, I think 6th or 7th. We had a way that we practiced, the way that we worked. We put in a lot of stuff and a lot of work, especially on our offense, because I felt coming into the season that that's an area where we could struggle. And so it's been really different how we've gone about this. It's been the total opposite of what we've done in the past. Normally, the whole emphasis is on defense and we work on offense, but I felt like we get better as the year goes offense. We spent a lot of time on offense, not as much on defense. And then all of a sudden, a week before we play, we have 2 of our better guys on the perimeter that are gone. And obviously we had, kind of gotten accustomed without JB. But, what those 3 guys, Nike, JB, and Ithiel, number one, they're older. They're 3 guys that can all create a shot for themselves or somebody else. They all have pop. They can shoot the basketball from behind the arc. They're older, so they have leadership. They have toughness. They've been through it. All 3 of them can defend. And so now all of a sudden, we're trying to figure out, do we still play the same way? Because it doesn't fit kind of what we had. You saw some glimpses a little bit today with JB and Femi in there together. But, hopefully that's something we can continue to, get better with as we get whole.
In the second half, when they were starting to get some runs, you were able to rely on Femi and JB especially to calm things down. Is that something you guys have been able to rely on throughout the season?
Yeah, that's something coming into the season I thought that we would be able to rely on, the strength of the backcourt, and then John. And then the rest of our guys, they're good, but they're guys that play off other guys. And that's what we haven't had. We've really just had Femi and John. And, as far as guys that can create, John's creation comes at times you have to double him. And so guys can get open there. Femi can get in the paint and force help. And so, again, having JB, it's another guy that can do that. Hopefully that opens things up a little bit more for us.
Nate's a guy that started, all your games so far, went 3 for 3 tonight. What has prompted him earning a normal, regular starting role, and what have you liked from Nate so far?
Nate's a good player. He comes to work every day. He really wants to be better. He's gotten better from the time he's gotten here. But what's prompted the start is the lack of guards. I mean, we once those guys, were out and JB was out, we had an odd team. I mean, we had one scholarship guard, two wings, and then the rest of the guys are forwards. And so that's what prompted the start, what was our lack of bodies. And then today I didn't want to start JB today. I didn't want to put pressure on him like that. But Nate's a good player. He's going to be a really good player for us.
You talked about, working more on offense than defense, but how impressed were you with your defense to hold a team to 50 points, out-rebound them by 14?
I've been impressed the last two games with our defense, our half-court defense. I think those percentages would be even lower in both games if we didn't turn it over and give up the transition baskets. Obviously, the last game was a lot more, and they had 34 transition baskets. But I think our half-court defense has been good. We've rebounded the ball well. We've out-rebounded the last two teams. There at the end, we didn't rebound the ball well. They got some extra shots, but I'm pleased with what we've done in the half court. Now, again, our transition defense has to be a little bit better, and our offense can help that.
John, you talked about how John got tired in the second half, but in the first half when he was playing, he was playing a lot better. Did you like the way the confidence he had with the ball? Because it seemed like he was reading when they were coming with the double team and quickly transitioning out.
Yeah, we have a lot of confidence in him. I think John's a really talented, skilled young guy, but he's learning how to put it all together. And, I look at this as like a freshman year again for him, because last year he only played 7 games, and it was just a year unlike any other than anyone's ever experienced. And his last game was before Christmas. It was December 21st, 20th, or whenever it was that we played Louisville. And so all of these experiences are new. He handled it well in the first half. He made some really good passes on guys cutting and things like that. But as he got a little winded, he wasn't as sharp with the things that he does. And that's something that we all have to continue to work with him on.
You talked a little bit earlier about this team winning ugly here. I mean, I don't know how much that's some people like us judge, but for your players, in a moment like this and after a win like this, does it seem like they appreciate that? Where wins are something that no matter how they come are earned and they're worth savoring?
Well, we need to. I mean, we haven't won, so we should really appreciate this. It's the first win. It's the first home win. We've been through a grind the past couple of weeks. Hopefully it's something we feel good about, we learn from. We did some really good things. We learned from the things that we didn't do well, and we come back tomorrow with a great attitude, ready to work, and hopefully that leads to us getting great preparation, and we can get another win on Friday, hopefully.